Hey guys, this is Collar bringing you Game 3 of Boxer vs. Yellow at the 2001 OSL Finals. And what the series has been so far, Yellow in the last game tying up the series 1-1 by hiding an expansion towards the end and getting Guardians when Boxer didn't expect them, and using them effectively to wipe out Boxer's force. Last game was really low resource. Both players playing off of one base, basically. Yellow had two bases, but one of them was a constant attack from Boxer, and Boxer never expanded successfully once until the very end. So low res game, all micro, and maybe we'll see something different in this map, but I'm doubting it. This is Legacy of Char, a 4-player map with very few resources in the main. This is an old school map with just 7 mineral patches in your main. There you are, 7 mineral patches, much fewer than what we see nowadays. And just one natural expansion, sort of off of a ramp. At least this time it's not an island expansion, like in the last 2 games where you really couldn't expand for a while. So we might be seeing an early expansion actually this game. And we have here Yellow spawning in orange at the 1 o'clock position and Boxer spawning in red at the 4 o'clock position. And it's a 4-player map, like I said, so they will have to do some initial scouting to find the other locations. And Yellow, really, I felt by tying the series up, it really gained some confidence against Boxer last game. After a grueling defeat in Game 1 that dragged on and on and on, and Yellow just desperately fighting for life, he managed to come back and even up the series last game, showing that his micro was up to par with Boxer's, and showing that his strategic sense was also up to par, putting a Spire where I thought was a bad location at the hidden expansion, where it could be easily destroyed, but Boxer not seeing it, not expecting Guardians when they came, and losing his main force to it, and hence losing the game. And we see here Yellow using an extractor trick to get a 10th drone. We'll see if he decides to expand with this 10th drone, and do a fast expand or not. Boxer getting his supply depot down. I'm not sure if it's possible to won your main easily on this map, so Boxer's deciding not to do so with his first supply depot at least. And we'll see, I'm not sure exactly what Yellow's drone is doing. Now he's going to be scouting with a second Overlord to the correct position to find Boxer. And yeah, it looks like Yellow is actually moving down here. We'll see if I think he didn't pick up his natural expansion. The natural expansion, I believe, is right under his base, to the right of it. So I guess he's using his drone for a scout also. And he's going to be able to find Boxer's base pretty soon if he scouts to the lower right. And now we're seeing the expansion going up for Yellow here at his natural expansion. The natural expansion, again, only has, I believe, 5 mineral patches and a gas. So, relatively low resource. And he's now going to see Boxer's base. He's brought his drone in. Boxer getting his barracks up. Looks like it was a barracks at 10. And his drone just doing a little harassing, gonna get pushed off by Boxer. And standard opening for both compared to what we'd see nowadays. I think it was a 12 hatch by Yellow there, so he's gonna have an economic advantage early in the game. He's getting a spawning pool now. We'll see if he decides to put up a 3rd hatchery. That would be sort of, and he's going for a gas steal on Boxer actually, really interesting. Zerg going for a gas steal, building his extractor there. We'll see if he decides to cancel it or not, and just preventing Boxer from getting his tech. Last 2 games, Boxer went tech heavy very early on, especially last game where Boxer, and now the extractor's getting canceled, where Boxer went for tanks and dropships and science vessels and medic marines off of one base, and just going up the tech tree very quickly. I thought he would pull it off for the longest time during the game because he was just using his tanks to tank drops and marine drops to destroy Yellow's bases, but Yellow managed to pull off a surprising victory at the end. And looks like Boxer's actually going for a relatively fast expansion this time, changing it up, getting his command center while getting his 2nd barracks. So I guess the fact that this map does have one natural expansion that's accessible by land is going to push these 2 players to both go for a more macro-heavy build, and not something we'd more expect nowadays. It looks like Yellow hasn't put up his 3rd hatchery. He's getting gas, so he might be going for a quick 2-hatch build here into Mutalisks or into Lurkers, and it looks like he is getting his lair up. Last game he decided to go for Lurkers first, actually, Lurker and drop, way before he went for a Spire, so that actually worked out pretty well because he was able to drop Lurkers continuously, 1 or 2 at a time, into Boxer's mineral lines. And Boxer now floating his command center down. He's going to be able to pick up his expansion and gain an economic parity, or a lead actually, and he's going to get an academy up too, so we're seeing more of a standard medic marine build against Yellow. And I'm just thinking it's funny because last two games, Boxer has, well, the last game, Boxer went for a tech build, a factory unit build against Zerg, whereas when he was playing against Reach earlier on, he was doing a Medic Marine build against a Protoss, so sort of defying expectations in some ways. And Boxer now moving out of his Marines, he's going to kill those Zerglings at his front door. He has about 7 or 8 Marines there, and he's going to have medics soon to back them up. Yellow's going to get his extractor at a secondary now, and we'll see what tech building he decides to go for. Boxer actually has an SCV in his main, so perhaps Yellow's going to wait until the SCV dies to plant his building, and Yellow's going to spot this expansion here. But he doesn't have a lot of Zerglings to do much. He's got one Zergling going into the main here. It's going to get taken out soon, I feel. And I'm not sure exactly what Yellow's going to do here. I think Yellow's actually only at 2 hatcheries, so he's going to actually be at a disadvantage compared to Terran. He's not going to be able to build a lot of drones with just 2 hatcheries and also build some war units. So we'll see what he decides to do here. Boxer getting his third barracks down and just beginning to get his macro up and pump some Marines and medics. And we see comstats going up for Boxer at both command centers. And what do we have here? We have Hydra's Den and another building, which I assume is a Spire. But Boxer has spotted that with his SCV, and both of them are at the natural expansion there. So that's interesting. So I guess he's going for just sort of Hydra's Lurker plus Mutalisk build, or Hydra's plus Lurker build. Or whatever, Scourge plus whatever combination there is. Sorry. And Boxer getting his factory down now. He's got a small medic marine force there, and he's been able to secure himself for a while though. And now both buildings up for Yellow. I'm guessing he's going to build some Mutalisks first, although it could be Hydras. Make more sense if they're Mutalisks. But yeah, he's going to either have to expand soon or do an attack soon, or else Boxer's going to be able to pump more units than he has and be able to take a big economic lead here. Boxer getting his engineering bay down, so he's going to be prepared for either Lurkers or Mutalisks by getting that bay down and putting up some turrets. And we see some Scourge coming out again. Like I said, Scourge actually quite possible, but losing both Scourge to that bunker behind Boxer's mineral lines, he was trying to do some scouting with them, but that was a failure. And now Yellow's getting an evolution chamber. Probably for upgrades. I'm not sure why he sent those Scourge out, actually. Perhaps he's been seeing Boxer go for early dropships in both games, and